Hive members who feel they're in charge of your life just think they are because they have a strong desire to be empowered. All right? These people have a strong desire to be empowered, and they want to use you to feel that way about themselves. They have a strong desire for you to see them in the position that they feel they deserve to belong in, one that's higher than you, especially if their perception of you is according to this program or to the program that they want to see you in. They're going to feel high and mighty about themselves. But that's why at the end of the day, it's still up to you and how you view things and how your perception is, because they could paint a picture for you. They put you in a certain situation. You have to go through whatever that is and endure the process of it, potentially, possibly, maybe, maybe not. But what they do throughout that process is they try to break you down and belittle you with what they're able to do and what they see you're not able to do. And you have to come to the realization and the acceptance, even though they're trying to sensitize you with this, you still have to feel positively about yourself, and you still have to find it within yourself to feel good about yourself, because they could see the situation that you're in. They could know very well what it is that you may be currently experiencing, but they're not going to care about that. And if anything, they're going to use what they have over you as a way to feel better than you. So they're going to do the most, and they're going to flex what it is that they're able to do, especially if it's something that they see you are currently not doing it or unable to do it because of who you are and what you may be going through in life. So these Hive members, they feel they're in charge already. So when they see a person who is at the hand of what would happen if they were to be in a position in the type of circumstance where they had to experience a situation due to being at the hands of these types of people, when they see you having to go through it, it's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if people are pulling out phones, if people are sharing locations, if people are, this is where this person is at now, this is what this person is doing now, this is what this person is having to endure now. It could be some of that, but the thing is, you still have the power to overcome that, and you are already overcoming that, and you are going to overcome that anyway. So, they can get their kicks on Route 66 or whatever route. All right, it might be Route 666. That's most likely where it's at. But wherever they're getting their kicks at, all right, however they need to feel accomplished, however they need to feel good about themselves, at the end of the day, what God has for you is still for you. You could build it up 20 times and they can knock it down 40 times. What God has for you is for you. He'll open up the sky and make it fall down and fall right into your lap if he has to. Magic Conch, what are we supposed to be doing? Nothing. It'll come out of nowhere. And if you are experiencing all types of ill activity with you just wanting to be able to try to make something happen to yourself, I suggest you just let go. Not give up. Not see it for yourself, but just stop fighting it. They don't want you to have it. Accept it. They don't want to see you with it. That's fine. Doesn't mean it's going to stop you from having it. Just accept that they don't want you. Just accept that it may be some force, or it may be some power, or it may be something that may be coming up against you. But the thing is, it doesn't mean it's more powerful than you. What you're doing is just accepting what you have to face. Okay, this is what I want. There's this mystery, or there's this whatever it is in the way of it. I can still get to what I want, though. I may have to figure out how to do it. I may have to find out a way to get around it, over it, underneath it, beside it, through it. But I can still get to what I want. There's no excuse. This thing may have prevented it. It may have gotten in the way. It may have slowed me up. It may have held me up. It may have forced me out of a certain spot. But guess what? What's for me is still for me. Okay, detour. I can still get what I want. Oh, okay, I have to take a little extra long, but guess what? I can still get to what I want. Oh man, I got rerouted. This route's a little longer than the other route, but I can still get what I want. They can't stop you from getting what you want unless they can cause you to feel that you've been stopped, or you can be stopped from getting what you want. And that's the picture that they're trying to paint. And it's a lot of things that people will do to try to prevent you from getting what you want or where you need to go, but they can't necessarily stop you unless you give in to what it is they're trying to do. And we're never going to do that. We're not going to give in to what they want, because that's not fighting for what we want. And Les Brown said, if you don't fight for what you want, what you don't want will take over. And we don't want other people in a position to where they could just do us any kind of way. We want to be able to create a reality for ourselves to where we can put space in between that, and we can get away from that as much as possible. So of course you have people who are jealous of you because you're better than them, and they are going to want to be in charge of you, and they're going to want to be in charge of your life, certain aspects of it, because this is a way that they could take out revenge on you for you making them feel like they're not as good as you. There are people who get jealous of you. There are people who automatically feel they're not as good as you. That has nothing to do with you. That's not your fault. You're not making them feel that way. That is them creating that scenario for themselves within their own mind. All right, there are people who are putting you in certain positions in their own mind unnecessarily, something they don't have to do. But it's what they're doing because they are by default falling victim to not knowing how to use their own mind, or not knowing how to view themselves in a positive light, or possibly falling victim to some self-hatred, which is causing them to go through life with a confused, wrong, false idea about themselves. All unnecessary things happening, causing people to act in a way to where they just treat certain people the way they shouldn't be treated. But all it takes is for you to recognize it, and all it takes is for you to see it, and you could do something about it, which is create a reality to where it puts space between you and it, create a reality to where you aren't affected by it, whether you're up close on it or further away from it. However you experience it, it won't bother you like that. But these people have a strong desire to be empowered. Someone like yourself is powerful. They're going to want to try to flex a certain type of power on you. These are people who you don't know. These are people who are perpetrators. These are people who are watching you, these are the people who are in competition with you. These are the people who are trying to get you to notice them. These are the people who are taking note of you without you being even aware to take note of them. These are people who are spying on you from a distance. These are the people who you think you may go somewhere and just go get something, but this person had their eye on you the whole time you were in the same place as them. They may have even followed you there to specifically be weird and behave strange to you. Why? Because they feel the need to try to exercise a certain type of power or authority over you psychologically, because this person may not even be an authority figure, but they probably have ties to them, connections to them. They probably get more respect from them than you would. So of course, this person is going to try to create a scene. This person is going to try to create a problem, and this person may even be instructed on how to behave to do so. You could tell when someone does something and they may not have an idea or be aware of what they did, and you could tell when someone does something purposefully. There are things that happen to you enough time to where you're able to recognize something that's happening repetitively and label it as such. This has happened over and over again. This is something that has, I could pick up on the repetitiveness of it. This has been this has happened in a series of repeated acts, and I can now label this as something that keeps happening, and I can process it and look at it in a way that I can understand it, because this is something that has been happening to me enough to where I'm able to explain it in a way to where it logically makes sense without sounding too out there, far out, because these things do happen. People just can't accept the fact that it's happening to you. They think this is something out of a sci-fi movie, or they think this is somebody that can only happen, this is something that can only happen to somebody that's extremely important. You are important, and you know you are, because you could tell by the way that others treat you. And you don't need anybody to see your importance or recognize your importance or bear witness of your importance. Number one, you know you're important because God created you. And number two, you know you're important because you feel the calling that He's placed on your life. You know you're here to do something. You know you're here to do something important. And that's why these spirits attach to these people and even try to attack you and bother you in the first place. That's why people mess with you and people hate on you and people play with you, because you're here for a reason, whether they've recognized why they're here or not. Even if they have, they'd still probably be angry at you because they think the reason why you're here is greater than the reason why they're here. Everybody serves a purpose, but people within their own mind create some type of animosity or jealousy towards you. But also, there is a certain type of seed out there. There is a certain type of spirit out there. There is a certain type of child out there that God does not claim. Let's not forget that. He doesn't claim everybody. There's a certain type of seed out there that does not belong to Him, as far as I believe things go, and as far as I think we all think things go. There are certain people who belong to a certain type of fruit, certain type of tree. All right, the demonic kingdom has children as well. Let's not act like that's not a thing. Got people out here claiming it and everything. And you got people out here moving on that vibration. They don't want to be a good person. They don't want to have a good spirit. They don't want to do what's right. They don't want to treat other people good. They don't want to give you goodness. They don't want to give you good for good. You got people out here trying to purposely make you retaliate and act negatively towards them for no reason at all, other than to try to make you look like a fool and get you to behave in a way to where people already see you a certain way, but then it pretty much puts the nail in the coffin. People already have their own prejudices and stereotypes, but for certain individuals, if you are to act a certain, if you are the type of person that stays to themselves, if you're the type of person that doesn't talk much, if you're the type of person that has experience stalking and harassment, to where now it's like you don't really interact with people out in public. People look at people like that as a threat. You may not smile at people, you may not interact with people, you may low-key have a certain level of uncomfortability with people, which causes you to behave like this, but other people see this as someone that is a threat, someone that needs to be watched, someone that is not acting a normal way that a person would behave in society. People walk in the store, it may not be a security guard at all. People walk in the store, maybe one security guard. As soon as you walk in there, it's going to be 5 security guards. They're going to have to up the security when you come around. For what reason? You have no intentions of harming anyone. You're a good person. But you have people who will purposely try to affect you and cause you to be enraged, cause you to act in a angry, negative, toxic, destructful, hateful way. It's like they want to take a good person and turn you into the worst person that you could possibly be, because they have no good in them. They have absolutely zero good in them, zero good intentions at all. You tell by the jokes they make, the things they say, the type of things they're into, the type of energy they have. They need some work. You can't place yourself around people like that. If you have to be around people like that, you have to work on yourself enough to where you can create a reality to where you cancel all that out. You got to believe in yourself some kind of way until you can, because you can. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And these are the same people who try to distract you and take your mind off of your duty, off of your purpose, off of your goal. You could be so stressed out about them to where you're thinking about them and focused on them, and you don't get any of your kingdom work done. You're supposed to be about your Father's business. You ain't getting none of that done, because the devil's got you focused on what he wants you to focus on, his useless children, coming to distract and dismantle everything intact. But you'll still make it. You'll still become successful, and you'll still rise above this stuff. No matter how hard they try to go, you'll just have to go harder. You'll have to go harder, but it'll work out better for you in the long run. You're becoming someone that you've never been, because God wants you to do something that you've never done. And he put you here to do it, and it's going to happen. Whether people want to see it or not, they can come against you all they want. All it's going to do is turn you into who you're supposed to be, so you can do what you're supposed to do. They can try to hold you up, slow you down, make it not happen. If God put you here and it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing anybody could do about it. So all the people that don't want you to be successful or make it, or trying to get in the way so that you don't even stress that. You got people out here that just the stupidity and the foolishness. They ain't in charge of nothing. I mean nothing. They ain't in charge of nothing. Want to be in charge of everything, aren't in charge of a damn thing. Nothing. They wish they was in charge. And it's just foolish. The way certain people behaving out here just does not make sense. And I don't mean any specific place. I'm just talking about in general, period. These are topics that I wanted to touch base on months ago. This doesn't have to do with any particular place or area or region. This could be anywhere, and this is anywhere and everywhere, because it's just the times that we live in. It's not just where you are is weird. Everywhere is weird right now. These spirits are running out of time. You talk about anxiety. Just you take a walk outside and go somewhere. Here come Spirits got these people possessed. They don't even know how to move out here. Everywhere is weird, man. It doesn't matter where you go. Spiritually, things are popping off right now. Spiritually, things are happening right now. Because God's children are waking up. The veil has been lifted. Somebody said that a couple years ago. That light-skinned girl with all them tattoos was in this video talking about the veil's been lifted. The veil's been lifted. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? The veil's been lifted. The veil's been lifted. Stuff I never even thought I'd see. I understand it now. I'm like, yo, I'm just starting to, man, and everything is connecting. I'm hearing people say stuff that sounds like stuff I said to confirm the stuff I've been through, because it's something that I see that they went through, that I went through. Man, look, man, tap in. That's all I got to say. If you in sync right now, tap in. If you tuned in right now, keep tuning in, keep tapping in. There's certain things that are happening, and there's certain things being revealed that you need to know. All right, these people are running out of time. You're stepping into your power. They see it, they feel it, and they still trying to snatch it from you. All they're doing is the same thing. Snatches for attention, grabs for attention, grabs for acknowledgement. They're gonna make you see them. And when you don't see them, they're going to turn up the antics. When you don't look at them, acknowledge their authority, acknowledge their power, roll out the red carpet, get on one knee, and worship the ground they walk on. Treat them like royalty. They're going to make you wait for them. They're going to make you see them. They're going to make you acknowledge them. They're going to make you taste it. You're going to have to see their energy. You're going to have to acknowledge who this person is. You're going to have to see that they got the same job as you. You're going to have to see they got the job you want. You're going to have to see they got whatever it is they got. You're going to have to see that they got it before you got it. Whatever it is. They know what you're working towards. They know what you're trying to do. They putting everything and anything in your face, so you got to see it. Trust me. You think it's just random occurrences? No. You got people out here who, no matter, and it doesn't matter where you go. For some of us, it doesn't matter where you travel to. So some of us, you're the way. Some of us, if you are probably like an overthinker or a highly intelligent person, you probably experience a lot of this stuff, because it's like certain people's minds let off a certain type of frequency to where it is attracted to you, the way that, like, the certain type of whatever they have, the program, the energy field, the whatever it is they got, it's on to the type of energy that you're releasing, the type of neurons you're releasing, your brain fingerprint. Just like everybody's got a fingerprint, everybody's brain has a thought wave or thought pattern or some type of thing that is uniquely its own. And depending on how like powerful or strong yours is, they're able to pick up on the frequencies. And that's who they know, who they have to try to force back into this matrix, because you're too powerful in the thought realm. If you think on a certain frequency and start to get around other people, you're going to start to emit certain type of energy waves and certain type of light that's going to wake up other people and start to make them see a certain way, a different way, think a certain way, and feel a certain way, a different way. But it's already too late. It's already too late. It's already over. And then you're seeing the last scramble for power, and in all areas of this thing, you're seeing the last scramble for power. So it is what it is. They can try to interrupt you, disturb you, try to make it so they can even try to curb you. All right, you're going to remain empowered no matter how much power they try to falsely establish in your presence, and be fake around you and try to act like they have it. They ain't got nothing going on. They're just trying to present themselves like they do. And it is what it is. A lot of people may not get this. A lot of people may not understand this. But for those who do and experience these type of weird behaviors from these interesting individuals, these God-blessed people, hey, look, doesn't matter where you at, doesn't matter where you are. This stuff happens all over. All right, shout out to everybody holding on to their peace, their dignity, their sanity. Because you got weird people out here that want to play games with you because they wish they could be you. They have some type of weird infatuation with you and want to be associated with you in some type of weird, awkward, strange, creepy way, and they know they do. Following you around certain places, just happen to meet you here, happen to see you there, happen to be at this time and place the same time as you. Just weird, and they know they doing it. They want you to feel bad all in the same breath. How about that? Not us. We're not doing it. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Hit the like button, hit the share button. I'll see you later.